Something else that often comes up when we talk about this is converged infrastructure or not converged infrastructure. We fully support converged implementations. The way we do that is we install StorPool in the host operating system on these hosts in small environments. So in places where you have 5 or 10 hypervisors, this might be the most efficient way to build an environment. So you would have one type of server. This demo we're showing now is also on a converged environment. So you have one type of server, and you just that deals with compute as well as storage, and you just repeat the server over and over again until you decide this is a large enough cluster, and then you start a new cluster after that. StorPool is extremely well suited for this. It has been designed from the very beginning to be good for this. It uses very little resources, and it's extremely high performance in the converged use case as well as the non-converged use case. Our experience is that in larger environments, so where you have a full rack of equipment or several racks of equipment, and to get to the optimal setup, there are things that can be done slightly better than a converged environment. So we have a concept called semi-converged, which means that a part, just one part of the storage system runs on the hosts, while another part runs on dedicated storage nodes, and this has some, another level of efficiency advantages. You can think of this as rack level converged or rack level infrastructure optimization. So at that level, we would look at what is the optimal setup for this full rack of equipment, and you would repeat full racks of equipment over and over again when you need to grow to scale out.
Boyan, a question on that. If you start just with 3 nodes and a switch, can you still change to the semi-converged environment? For example, that you can add some hypervisors inside or storage separately, and not everything is converged? Is there some kind of migration path?
Yeah, so everything another thing we've taken great care of in StorPool is to make sure that we support operational requirements, operational needs. So everything from a drive died and we need to replace it, or a drive died and it would never come back. Adding servers, removing servers from the cluster, having mixed clusters with some hypervisors and some separate storage nodes, etc. All the changes you need to make this happen are online in StorPool. So you have a running StorPool cluster, which is only on hypervisors, and then you add a few additional storage nodes which are not going to host virtual machines this time. And you span the cluster across converged and non-converged nodes without issues, right? Same goes for things like online in-service software updates. So we have this concept of a rolling update. In a StorPool cluster, we would take the first server, update that, take the second server, update that, and that's again an online operation in StorPool, meaning you continue to have access to your data while we're doing the update. Same goes for moving data from, you could have multiple pools in the same cluster, and moving data from, say, the SSD pool to the hard disk drive pool is, again, an online operation in StorPool. I think this is important to understand that it's a system designed to support an operational production cloud environments. It's not designed for someone playing with it through a web GUI, like clicking a few things, right? So it's designed for deploying at scale, small scale, large scale, doesn't matter, but deploying it in a fully automated, converged or non-converged, private or public, doesn't matter, a cloud environment, right?